Hi everybody, I'm Kirstin. I'm trying something new today. I'm going to use my phone. My arm might get tired. We'll see what happens. I picked a quote in advance this time because I'm being, loungy today. It's Good Friday and all. So I just grabbed one downstairs and then I came upstairs to sit in a comfy chair in my room. So the quote that I'm going to use, I'm going to read it and then I'll show it to you. Contrary to popular wisdom and behavior, conflict is not a bad thing for a team. In fact, the fear of conflict is almost always a sign of problems. Patrick Lencioni. There it is, Patrick. So I had never heard of Patrick Lencioni, and when I found this quote, I thought I'd look him up since yesterday I didn't know who poor Howard was. So Patrick Lencioni is a guy that works with teams. He's written a bunch of books. One of them was around dysfunction in teams, the five dysfunctions of teams, I think. Anyway, so I like this quote. I think it's an interesting one. And I do think that popular wisdom, whether it's in teams, in workplaces, or in life in general, I think the popular wisdom often is that if there's conflict, it's a bad thing or it's a sign of trouble. And I think that if you think it's a sign of trouble, then it will be a sign of trouble. But if you can shift your thinking to conflict is an opportunity for innovation, conflict is an opportunity to create something different, conflict is an opportunity to fix things, make things better. If you can shift your mindset to that, then conflict isn't a bad thing. Conflict can be a great thing, right? If you can get yourself to a place of thinking of conflict as like getting excited about it, right? And saying like, oh, here's an opportunity to make things even better, then that's definitely a place where you're going to find conflict being a great thing, whether it's for teams or other relationships. So that second part of his quote, he says, in fact, the fear of conflict is almost always a sign of problems. That really resonates for me. That makes a lot of sense. I think, most of the people that I know, most of the people that I teach, I think just most people in general have a bit of avoiding tendency when it comes to conflict. Some of us, it's because maybe we don't know how to deal with it, we don't have the energy, or we can't be bothered. Others, it's because relationships are really important. We're worried that that the conflict is going to have, or addressing the conflict is going to have a negative impact on the relationship. So whether we're natural competitors or natural accommodators, we both usually have that avoiding tendency as well. So yeah, the fact that in fact, the fear of conflict is almost always a sign of problems. I think he's right. I think that a lot of people in an organization being fearful of conflict might mean a lot of people in an organization being fearful of communicating, of addressing conflict, of talking about the things that need to be talked about, of evaluating, whether it's evaluating how they work together, evaluating what they're delivering together, evaluating how they problem solve together. And when we have a fear of that, then we're going to be stagnant, right? So we're going to be maybe stuck in some places, or worst case scenario. And I wouldn't even say worst case scenario. Typical scenario is that people get upset. They don't get their needs met, and if they're not addressing it over time, they are becoming more and more resentful. So then the people are leaving, or maybe the conflict blows up to a place it didn't need to go to. So Patrick, I like your quote, Patrick. So for those of you that are just popping in, here's the quote from Patrick Lencioni. Contrary to popular wisdom and behavior, conflict is not a bad thing for a team. In fact, the fear of conflict is almost always a sign of problems. Yeah, I would have to agree, Patrick. So I'm going to say Happy Easter, and I'll see you tomorrow. And thanks for watching. I don't know how to finish this. Okay, I'm on my iPhone. I say, hi, Lisa Murphy. Hello, Sue Goche. And thanks, Kelly Doyle, for watching too. And everybody else that's going to watch later. I see the finish button now. So thanks. Bye.